And that brings me to the final worm example, and that's your annelids. So your annelids, you're familiar with annelids. You've seen them before. They're the earthworms, right? You probably won't see them at this time of year. I think I saw them last week when it rained. It was a little warmer. They were all on the sidewalks and outside the school, just doing their little slithering thing. And they're quite common. The evolutionary milestone that we're looking at here is segmentation, and they are truly coelomate. They have a true body cavity. So segmentation. So up until now, we haven't seen segmentation. We haven't seen it in the cnidarians or sponges. We haven't seen it in the roundworms or flatworms. We're seeing it for the first time here in the annelids. You've already seen it in the arthropods, extreme segmentation with their jointed appendages and their different body parts. You'll have to do a little bit more research on them. There is an arthropod note as well that you can look at, but this is the first time we're seeing it in the sequence, in the flow. So the segmentations allow organisms to have specialized body parts, and then it allows them to do interesting things that you won't see in the lower animals. The segmentation in an earthworm or any of the annelids is very obvious. You can see how their body's repeated, both on the outside and when you cut them open on the inside. So if you take a look at their heart, for example, you can see that there are many segments to their hearts. This is a leech down here, and again you can see the segmentation. It's very extreme, it's very obvious. This over here is another annelid. It's actually a typical annelid. The earthworm is not typical. It is representing a very small percentage of what the annelid phylum is about. Most of the annelid phylum are found in the ocean, and they're really quite dramatic. So in the annelid phyla, there are several classes, and the classes include the oligochaetes, which are your earthworms, and there are some very large earthworms out there. It includes your Herodinia, which are your leeches, which will be here during the worm lab, and it includes your polychaetes, which are your your worms found in the water. Your characteristics, these are the characteristics. First time we've seen segmentation. They also have a full digestive tract, which you'll see from now on. They have a true body cavity, and all their blood at all times is contained within blood vessels. The flatworms don't have blood. The roundworms, their blood just sits in a pool inside their body, and with the earthworms, it's actually closed in blood vessels like we are. Arthropods, which we talked about already, have an open circulatory system where their blood sits in a pool, and their organs sit inside that pool, and we could not do that, but for arthropods it works. So there's the segmentation, there's the true body cavity, and there's a closed circulatory system. So those are your earthworms. Okay? Those are your earthworms, those are your polychaetes, and those are your leeches. They are all representative examples of the annelid phyla. I'm going to give you a couple of links, and one of the links will be to the Shape of Life site, and on the Shape of Life site you'll see the video, and I'd like you to watch that video, and it's 14 minutes long, and you'll learn much more about the diversity of annelids. You'll see many annelids you would never see in real life. Also, if you click on this About Annelids link, you'll get another page that opens up that will give you many other links and resources to help you fill in the Shape of Life questions that I've left for you as a collaborative document. So the 17-minute video, whatever I did for the first of the worm phyla, was quite long, but it was setting the stage for the next two, and that's why these two are very short. So you're responsible for now knowing all three worms and the evolutionary milestones associated with them. You're also responsible for creating that tree if you decide to bring it into your test. And on Monday, we'll be doing a worm lab. On Friday, you guys get to work on your design an arthropod, and if you have any questions, just email them to me and I'll answer them eventually.